everyone. Thanks for joining us in this live stream for Alibaba.com. My name is Samara Swenson, and I'll be your host today. I'm a marketing manager for Alibaba.com, and today I'm going to be hosting the Winning USA Buyers. I have a special guest. Here is Isaac Hetzroni, and we'll be able to talk with him. He is the expert sourcing guy, so you'll be able to ask him a lot of questions, and he's going to give us a few tips for all our USA sellers so you guys can stand out. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about Alibaba.com. Also, I'm going to let a few minutes run by so more people can join us, and then we'll start, okay? Also, make sure to follow us on our social media. It's Alibaba.com USA sellers, and feel free to check out our website that's meant for sellers. That one is us.alibaba.com. Okay, so I'm going to let a few moments run down and then we can go ahead and get started. Also, feel free to put in the comments where you're logging in from, what you're interested in, if you're interested in buying or selling on Alibaba.com. Okay, I see that someone's joining from Michigan, from California. Great, I'm located in California as well, New York. Okay, we have a few people here. Okay. Okay, Minnesota, California again. I'm in California too. Okay, great. Connecticut, okay. Nice. Okay, we got a few places. Okay. Okay, from New Jersey. Great, thanks for showing up today. Okay, also feel free to put in the comments what is your business and why are you interested in selling on Alibaba.com? And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, great. Well, I see a lot now more people are connected, so we can go ahead and get started. Also, feel free to drop in the comments where you are joining from and also what is your business. Just a reminder, this is the live talk for Winning USA Buyers, and we have a special guest today. His name is Isaac Hetzroni, and he is the expert sourcing guy. So he'll be able to answer all the questions that you might have. So if you're a USA business, you can ask him how to stand out, how to show yourself when people are sourcing. Okay, but first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of Alibaba.com. What is Alibaba.com and what it can offer you? So Alibaba.com is a marketplace. It's actually the leading B2B marketplace in the whole world. We've been recognized by Forbes 8 times as being the leading B2B e-commerce platform. And so the vision, the mission of Alibaba.com is to make it easy to do business anywhere. So we are all in it for the SMBs. So if you're a small to medium business, this is the marketplace that you should be at, and if you are interested in selling B2B. Also, a few of more information of Alibaba.com. We have more than 40 million buyers all over the world. So if you are looking for new buyers, if you're looking for more traffic, well, Alibaba.com is the place. We have more than 200 more than 200 countries all over the world. So we are really in every country. We're like in the US and Mexico, Canada, India, Italy, Belgium. So we have suppliers all over the world and buyers as well. Also, we have more than 500,000 quotes a day. So this is going to be an extra boost for your business. So yeah, we encourage you to join Alibaba.com if you're looking for B2B buyers. And yeah, if you're just looking to expand your business. And well, yeah, the time has come. I'm going to introduce you to Isaac Hetzroni. He is the expert sourcing guy. And well, we're going to ask him a few questions. Also, if you have any questions that you would like to ask him, you can put them in the comments and we'll be going through them by the end of this live stream with him. And well, Isaac, thank you so much for being here with us today. I don't know if you want to give a brief introduction of yourself so everyone can get to know you a little bit better.
For sure. Thanks, Tamar, for having me. Hey guys, I'm Isaac, the sourcing guy. If you find me on social media, I'm at the sourcing guy. And some background on me, I ran a sourcing agency in the US for the last 8 years, and we primarily source products for US buyers. We have two kinds of buyers that we work with in the US. A lot of them are corporate customers where they're purchasing merchandise. So think about like corporate swag, uniforms, giveaways, that kind of stuff. And then the other half of our customer base are actual e-commerce brands. And so the big kind of question here is, why are they going through, an agency like ours? What do they specifically need from us as a US-based sourcing agency that they couldn't get directly from Alibaba? And I think that, hopefully today I can give you guys some of my, experiences of what they're looking for to help you guys have more success selling into the US and selling to US customers.
Great. Thank you so much, Isaac. Well, yeah, here we have him and he will be able to share a few tips. Yeah, so Isaac has had like a long career doing this, so we thought like he was the perfect person for this. And well, let's go ahead and get started. These are a few questions that most of our buyers, suppliers have. So well, thankfully we have the expert today. And well, the first one I would like to ask, what are the top factors you consider when you're selecting a supplier on Alibaba.com? Like what things you look out for so that way suppliers can know, well, yeah, how to position themselves, how to show themselves on Alibaba.com. What you look for when you are sourcing?
Yeah, so I think for like the big thing with Alibaba.com is the buyers are looking for ideally quality, right? So why they would go through like an agency like ours is that there's too many options, right? And they want to find like that sure bet that they know this t-shirt's going to be super high quality, this hat's going to be very high quality, or at least look like the pictures. So the more that you can do to really show the product, educate the customer, and make it very clear that you are at that, I guess more premium level, or at the very least, make sure that the product is, you're not catfishing, right? And that's what people do a lot of times. So, if you can have lots and lots of detailed videos of the product, so you can really get a good understanding of what the product is, have more information about the different decoration capabilities that you have, so it can be customized. I think that's probably the biggest tip I can give.
Great, thank you. Yeah, this is what I tell most of our suppliers all the time, that yeah, they should like highlight all the description of their products, all the little details, even like videos sometimes, so like a buyer can see the product from every different angle, and that like builds a little bit of more trust, right? Compared to like someone that might not have all these details listed out on their listing, also good quality pictures and videos. And well, I know you already mentioned that US buyers, what they mostly look for is product quality. And so what evidence do they look for to assess it? So like, how do they know that it's good quality? And you as a sourcing expert, how do you know when you're looking at a storefront, at a supplier, that it'll be good quality?
Yeah, I think that if you can't necessarily just tell from the storefront, a lot of it has to do with sampling.
Mhm.
So making the sampling process as frictionless as possible is going to be a way for you to succeed. And again, with US buyers in general, like they're going to want to go and they're going to want to get a sample relatively quickly. So having stock of samples to be ready to go and ready to ship out, whether that's stocks in the US or that's stocks, in China, so that they can go and then make that decision faster. That's the ultimate way that you do like that. We go and make sure the products up to the quality standard. But if not, it's really looking at the details. The other piece is understanding who the supplier currently manufactures for. So, as an example, like if I know that the factory that I'm sourcing, you know, workout leggings from manufacturers for Aloe, then I know that they typically are manufacturing at a specific quality level and a specific price point that aligns with what I'm looking for. So if can go and make it very, very clear, like the types of brands you manufacture for, then it's going to give that association to the customer that, okay, no, this is the quality level that I am going for. And it's again, it kind of depends on how you want to do it, how you want to position it. But let's say you're selling to a lot of Amazon customers, and the customers are, you have a good relationship with them, and it's okay for you to kind of share the listing or whatever it is, and someone can go on Amazon and see that the product has, you know, thousands of five-star reviews. That's another association, right, that they're gonna be able to make of being like, okay, if this person's able to sell thousands of this product at a really, and have good reviews and have the proper price point, that means that the other products that this factory produces is going to be at that same level.
Great. Well, yeah. So I think, yeah, just the highlights is, as a US supplier, you should highlight who you already manufacture to. So that
Mhm.
way buyers gain more trust. And maybe if you don't manufacture for a big company, well, another option that Isaac gave us is that you can encourage them to send them a sample so they can see the quality of your products. Great. Yeah, that's something I also encourage them to always get a sample. It doesn't matter how it looks, you always need to sample it first. Great. And this is a bit of a long one. So, what role does pricing play in a US buyer's decision making process, and how suppliers can have like the right balance between competitive pricing and quality?
Yeah, I think that Um, pricing obviously plays a big part, but also turnaround times are going to play a big part. So if we're talking about like a US buyer and we're talking about US sellers, um, you're gonna it will be hard to compete directly against any type of stock or sale that's coming directly from China, right? Where you're going to again win is going to be on quality and on time. So as an example, so we have a big custom merch business, as I mentioned, and we have tons of US based suppliers and we have tons of overseas suppliers. And you might think, well, why would you go and use the like if you know you can get a custom hat that's objectively better quality for 30% less landed from a factory in China, why would you use your hat supplier that's domestic? Well, my hat supplier domestically can deliver a hat in 7 days, fully embroidered to the customer. My Any of the factories in China are going to have a pretty hard time doing that. And so what happens is that the customer is willing to pay significantly more for an inferior product because they need it in time. People do not plan ahead of time. They remember things last minute and they need their goods quickly. So if you're able to go and jump in and solve that problem for them, they're willing to pay a premium for that, and you can maintain a much higher margin.
Exactly. Yeah. I think a way that, yeah, just suppliers from this side of the world, from the US, Canada, Mexico, the way that they can compete, as you said, it's quality. It's also service. Also, well, there's no language barrier, right? That sometimes that can also be hard to tackle. And well, service, right? Providing the good service and also being on the same time zone, or maybe only 2 to 3 hour difference, and not like these long time zone differences that sometimes it's hard, right? Once you're communicating with someone, you have to wait 12 hours, a whole day for them like to get a response, right? So yeah, I think this is really good for all the U.S. Suppliers, all the Mexico suppliers, Canadian suppliers, everyone that they're like on this side of the world. Okay, great. And now let's talk a little bit more about like certifications and compliance with US standards when people are sourcing products. So a question that I get a lot, Isaac, is that well, yeah, they're nervous about selling on Alibaba.com because they're like, well, sometimes I don't have the certifications or it's not like FDA approved and all this. But I've also heard like mixed stories when the buyer says like, okay, I just want the products and I'll get it certified here. So what is your take on this?
I wouldn't call myself a compliance expert, but what I would say is that customers typically are a lot more comfortable um, sourcing products. So if the goods are like, especially already in the States, so you're doing production in the States, it's a complete like there's I think there's a different like risk level because you're not importing the product. So typically from a customer perspective, they customers feel way more comfortable sourcing products that have a lot of regulatory compliance and certifications that are needed if it's coming from a U.S. Supplier.
Mm.
Like a tip we give when we typically say like when you're going and looking for overseas suppliers and you're sourcing is to look at the country export breakdown. So because you can see it when a factory is Alibaba verified. So if the factory is primarily exporting to the Western markets, that's typically a better sign than if they're not, because for the specific reason. But so what we're seeing like a lot of is again like people are requesting like, hey, can like I am scared to go and make X product overseas. Can you find me a domestic supplier that can do it here? So I think that's the biggest kind of trend that would affect it.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people feel more trust, right, from USA products. Yeah, just based on because we have like all the certifications, compliance, we need to have them. And well, yeah, it's great if you're a US supplier. You probably, if you're selling all these products, you most likely already have a few certifications. And well, maybe it's just a few other ones that you might want to join. And a good thing is that you can highlight these on Alibaba.com. You can upload them so that way you can distinguish yourself and buyers can trust you more and you can gain the purchase, the big purchase. And okay, and now a little bit we were talking about service of and support. So what kind of after sale support do you as buyers are typically looking for from their suppliers? I know that you source, so what kind of support do you expect after?
So I would say that like the U.S. buyers to U.S. seller relationship is that there's going to be a lot more more higher expectation that the product's going to not have defects. Like, I guess there's more liability to an extent, right?
Mhm.
So people go and they might order a product and they might have issues with it. But it's harder. And let's say this is like 90 days later. It's a
Mhm.
lot harder to kind of recoup any type of issue from the factories, any kind of issues, and like file claims or ship product back or file returns or file appeals with the Better Business Bureau, file a chargeback, like all these different pieces, right? That are very common within like American business practices. So I think that that's what I'm saying. Like quality is really important. You have to really make sure you can stand by your product because I think these U.S. buyers are going to have a stronger expectation um, from a U.S. seller than they are from a overseas seller. Um, with you being in the U.S., they're going to expect to expect some calls, expect to be able to go and help service the client.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think like the quality part is really important, especially because most of our buyer base is from the US. So they have this, well, yeah, they have these expectations, right? That they have to be good quality products. But I feel like in the US, that's like no issue. Most of the products are high quality. So yeah, if you are a American business, a US supplier, well, you should be on Alibaba.com so you can start gaining all of this traffic that we have. Like I said in the beginning, we have over more than 40 million buyers, and we have every day more than 10 million buyers that come to Alibaba.com. So just imagine all the traffic that you can reach by just joining this platform, right? And Alibaba.com is a B2B platform.
And Samara, so a majority of the viewers here are they US sellers, like we're based in the US?
Yeah, so most of our base today is like from the US, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm talking to our audience.
Oh, yeah, yeah, no
Yeah.
worries. And yeah, so Isaac, what strategies can suppliers use to build trust with US buyers, especially when starting out on the platform? I know you mentioned to have like every single detail listed out, have also good quality pictures, have videos, maybe upload their certifications, like you were saying. And yeah, what else? What other advice would you give them? How to stand out? Like, what catches your eye when you're sourcing through the platform? What makes you say, okay, I'm going to reach out to this supplier and yeah, I might do business with him?
Yeah, I mean, like it's really about like references. So having a strong portfolio, for example, or
Mhm.
catalog. But I like to say portfolio because prior work is so important to see. What kind of stuff have you executed on in the past? So if you can build a really, really good kind of presentation or document that's beautiful, that's like actually well done, that's really showcasing product. That's what we do, right? When we're trying to pitch clients, we're showing like prior work and like showing off what we've done. And I think that a lot of suppliers might lack on that or not think about that. But you're pitching yourself to these buyers, so why not just build the deck once and then use that for your sales?
Okay, great. Well, yeah, I think it is like, yeah, pretty important. And so we have another question is what advice would you give to suppliers looking to attract more US buyers on Alibaba.com? What is something, yeah, that you look out for when you are sourcing that really catches your eye? Aside from, is there something else aside from prior work that maybe catches your eye, or you mostly base it on prior work?
Yeah, I mean it's prior work, like I mentioned, prior work quality, customer base, any type of certifications I might need.
Okay.
Um, yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. And what about like when you're looking at their storefront, is there usually something that, well, yeah, that catches your eye, or most of them
Oh, yeah. Specialization.
special?
So like you can only be good at one thing. So I think a lot of times sellers or factories they go and they're very spread out. So now again there's a lot of trading companies, right? And trading companies might go and have a whole product line and there's value in a trading company because you can go to one company and they can build up an entire kind of product line across different categories for you. But from my experience, like the best experience that I have to get the highest quality product, the best prices, a factory that all they do all day, every day is make a certain product. And I think the biggest reference to that is going to be in apparel. So you have a lot of apparel factories that are going to be going and they're going to be producing. Yeah, we produce jackets and we produce underwear and we produce T-shirts and we produce hats and we produce all these different textile-based products versus factories like no, we make T-shirts.
Mhm.
That's it. We make hats. Like that's it. And we pretty much only make 100% cotton t-shirts, 100% cotton hoodies, or we only make active wear, but like we only make seamless active wear, whatever the category is. Um, so if you could really, as people are going through all these different options, they want to know whatever they're purchasing. is going to be the best. So the best comparison I could say is like, don't be like the Cheesecake Factory, with your massive menu across the stuff. Like you're never going to have the best whatever it is of your life at Cheesecake Factory. Like be that like hole in the wall restaurant that just makes that one piece like really really good.
Mhm. Great. Yeah, this is something I also advised them when I was in my journey of building my candle business and I was looking for a supplier. Yeah, this is why I encountered, right? Like I'd see some suppliers that they sell most things and or lots of different things from different categories, industries, and yeah, it confuses buyers. What I really like to tell people is, well, for all the suppliers, is to just like put yourself in the shoes of the buyer. Like, what would you think if you'd be looking at this storefront, right? That is, maybe if you don't have your storefront completed or if you don't have all the details listed out. So just like think, if you were the buyer, would you buy from yourself? Okay, well, I see a lot of questions here that people are asking. So let me go ahead and start with those ones. Okay, so this one is basically what we just went over of how you feel of suppliers that are selling from one category or multiple ones. Yeah, so Isaac already gave his take on it, that it's better to be specialized in something because that's what professional buyers are looking for. And this one is a bit repetitive of something that we might have touched already, but they're asking of what role does shipping and logistics play in a US buyer sourcing decision? I know we already talked a little bit of it, but if you'd like to
Yeah,
answer, Isaac.
my opinion is most U.S. buyers are relatively uneducated when it comes to shipping and logistics.
Mhm.
They don't really understand the different options that you can go through, whether that's domestic shipping or overseas shipping, and there's a lot of variability into it. So giving them as much kind of guidance and options there, I think is always great. But at the end of the day, like if we're talking U.S. sellers to U.S. buyers, name of the game is speed. So um, if you can go and try to give them, good options for shipping that are relatively cost effective, then that's great.
Great. Okay. Well, now we have 5 of the things that will make you stand out as a U.S. supplier. One is going to be that you're going to have fast shipping times. Another one is going to be that you have good quality. Another one is you both speak the same language. There's no time difference. So yeah, this you have everything to become a U.S. supplier. Okay, and then. Um, Here's another one. How can suppliers effectively highlight their unique selling points to stand out from competitors? Yeah, I think this is also something that we've talked about. But yeah, Isaac, if you want to maybe, yeah, just let them know how they can highlight their unique selling points to stand out from competitors.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think I covered a lot of it already. Um,
Yeah, I think a few of the things that you can do, like to highlight your selling points, it's like Isaac said, right? Show your prior experience, show your portfolio, who you've manufactured for, show success stories. Maybe if you don't have a big portfolio of well known companies, you can just highlight the success stories that you have. Also, yeah, highlight all, if you're specialized in something, highlight that. Also, if you have the capability to have customized products, you can also highlight that. So, you can see your Alibaba storefront as your presentation card, right? People are going to judge you based on like what you're putting there. So be sure to put everything that makes you stand out, which would be like your certifications, if you can do the customization process, and everything that you know that makes you stand out and why clients pick you over your competitors. Yeah, I think that would be how you would highlight your selling points. And we have another one here of what advantages do you see for suppliers who choose to sell on Alibaba.com compared to other platforms?
Well, I would say that there's so much B2B volume, so
Mhm.
you're gonna have a lot of just eyeballs actually looking for your product. So, and the thing is like there aren't really good US sourcing solutions. Like ThomasNet is not at what it should be, you know? So Alibaba can really come in and service a lot of these customers. And the fact that people are also searching, there's natural search volume, and they're expecting it to have to go overseas. So then being able to have kind of that US solution is going to be really, really powerful.
Mhm. Great, yeah, and I can also give my take here on what advantages suppliers have when they're selling on Alibaba.com. Just like Isaac said, and like I said earlier, we have 10 million buyers that are visiting on a daily basis Alibaba.com, and 10% of those are from the US. So if you're looking for USA buyers, this is the platform that you should be in. Also, we've been in business for more than 24 years. So we've gained like the big reputation, right, of being the leading B2B marketplace. And also something that I want to highlight is that on Alibaba.com, you have a 0% commission fee over your sales. So like that way, you get more money, right? Compared to different platforms that they take a cut on the commission. Okay, I don't see any more questions. So I think we can like start wrapping it up right now. And Isaac, thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to give out your socials and your website so they know how to reach you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just at the sourcing guy on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. I have a blog, thesourcingguy.com. Yeah, and we have a full like product sourcing course that we're gonna be launching to like show people and how this whole side of the business works. And yeah, follow along. Lots of cool new content coming out. Thanks for having me, Alibaba.com, and I wish you guys the best.
Great. Thank you so much, Isaac. Well, that was all for today. My name is Samara Svensson. I was your host today. I'm a marketing manager at Alibaba.com. And don't forget to follow us on Alibaba.com USA Sellers on our Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram page so you can stay up to date on all the events that we're having. And also follow us. Feel free to check out our website. It's us.alibaba.com. There you'll be able to find really useful blogs, all within the B2B space. So yeah, well, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.